Sami, you say that the Houthis may be exaggerating their support. What might be the reason for the Houthis to openly state that there's been cooperation within Saudi? Is this about trying to exploit this already unstable situation, especially in the eastern province, as you say, where both these facilities are?
There is a big PR campaign going on here. The Houthis are loving the idea that a small militia, they're a small group, they are able to bring a giant to their knees, which are like Saudi Arabia. The US is also playing their PR game. I mean, the reason why the US is talking more than Saudi Arabia with regards to this issue is because it was the US Patriot missiles that failed to intercept the Houthi drones, or the drones, if they did indeed belong to the Houthis, and also because the US wants to deny military agency to the Houthis to save bin Salman's face. By pointing to Iran, Saudi Arabia versus Iran is two countries against one another. Bin Salman can accept that maybe Iran attacked Saudi Arabia, but it's harder for bin Salman to accept that a militia in the Houthis attacked Saudi Arabia, and this is why we see the US so heavily invested. With the Houthis, they want to show that everybody's on their side. They want to convince Saudis and convince the public opinion, and it may be true, I'm not denying it, but they want to convince people that they have allies everywhere. They have allies in Palestine, in Iraq, in Iran, within Yemen, and the like. It's all part of this grand PR campaign that they've succeeded in doing, which has transformed the Yemen conflict from an issue of a coup against the national dialogue to one in which now Saudi Arabia is massacring Yemenis and the like. So there's this big PR battle, and this is why I think the Houthis are focusing on this particular angle.
Well, Sami, we're already seeing retaliatory attacks by the Saudis on Houthi positions. What kind of retaliation do you think we could see inside Saudi Arabia? Should we be expecting a crackdown, especially on the Shia population in the eastern province?
I think what's interesting is there are actually rumors coming about that it was the US who informed the Saudis that there was an attack taking place on the oil facilities and that Iran is responsible for it, implying that the Saudis themselves are not quite sure what exactly happened. They don't know where the drones came from. They don't know who's involved in it. They don't know what's going on. Moreover, the Saudis will be very disappointed. This is probably the second or third time that the US Patriot missiles have failed to defend vital key oil facilities. So Mohammed bin Salman has an issue with regards to this as to how to deal with it. He will look first and foremost to the US. What will you do about it? You promised to protect my oil facilities and you're failing to do so. And the US has a vested interest in providing bin Salman with that security. Because let's put it bluntly, if you have Erdogan in Turkey who is now buying S-400s from the Russians, and now the world is seeing that your Patriot missiles are failing, that will encourage other countries to go more towards the Russians. So I think rather than cracking down, bin Salman will probably sit back in his chair and think, okay, my oil facilities were attacked, but the Americans know that they're partly to blame. Pompeo has given me assurances, Trump has given me assurances, let them deal with it, and at least the more that they're involved, the more that I can guarantee that they will at least do something against Iran, which is now surrounding me north on the Iraqi border, east by their mainland, south via the Houthis, and I have Sisi in Egypt, who's not standing with me on any of these issues whatsoever, despite investing billions in him.
Indeed, it's tensions in the region and relationships that we'll be watching very closely. Thank you, Sami Hamdi, in London there for us from the International Interest.